Look up the word in the dictionary, entrepreneur, and you'll see his face. This is definitely someone you want to interview. He was part of the award-winning film, John, go ahead, the name.
Being John Malkovich in '97.
Yay! He's also part of an Oscar-winning team. His team won an Oscar for what you did in that film. Tell me what you did.
I was the line producer, which is the guy that says no and spends the studio's money and make people enjoy that I'm telling them no.
And tell me a little bit about some of your other endeavors. He has some great stories.
When I was 22, I built a park, an amusement park, and sold it to Six Flags. Moved to Los Angeles to work in the movie business.
You did that? You built an amusement park when he was 22. He just didn't gloss
I helped. It was not my money, but we bought it for $6 million and sold it 3 years later for $22 million and kept the land.
Can you say profit?
Moved to California. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have no idea how to be an employee. The first time somebody tells me I have to put in a piece of paper requesting a day off that would not be a good day for them. I moved to Los Angeles, worked in the movie business, and one of the things that my grandfather, when I was really young, taught me about being an entrepreneur is that it's all about the customer. And if you provide value to the customers will keep coming back. So when I was in the film business, I really was looking at it as a vehicle. What I did was, instead of being like all the other line producers that would go out there and try to get job after job after job, what I did was I would hire assistants, and then I would work to get those assistants jobs through other producers. Recruiting. And what I did was then I started a rental company to rent equipment back to all the crazy people that were wasting money in the film business. My theory was if I could get 1% of the waste, then I would be a millionaire, which is in fact what happened. And see that. So I worked on building relationships with vendors rather than producers that would hire me. So my value came in my Rolodex more so than what I was doing for a living. Recruiting. To the point where, you guys, I was 24 years old in Los Angeles as a hotshot line producer, simply because I would walk into a producer's office with a 3-ring binder, we didn't do email back then, and slide this notebook across the desk and say, that's what you're hiring, I'm just the goof that can dial the phone. And that's how I get kicked out 50% of the time, and the other 50% of the time, you know, I got put on really award-winning teams. But from there, just to show you kind of ups and downs, I ended up buying a sweatshop. Some people say sweatshop, I say perspiration salon. I'm in marketing. 6,000. I'm a marketer. I learned it from Cedric. And to be honest with you guys, the sweatshop business is not a good business to be in right now. And lost $1.5 million. And about a year and a half ago, I sat in my condo in Los Angeles, and I sat down and said, I have three options.
Did you cry?
I did cry. The blinds were shut. 3 options. The first option, I'm in Los Angeles, remember, so I could put on some cement shoes and go for a walk off the Santa Monica Pier.
Who's been there?
Been there.
Not the pier.
Lose $1.5 million and have just the car and the house you're in, and it's an option.
Who's been there?
Second option would be go to get a jump out of bed, which is what I call a job. Or you know, people always ask me what I do. I say I put alarm clock companies out of business. So, or the third option was to see if I could make any money at this wacky thing called network marketing. I had no idea what it was. I was in an opportunity. I didn't really know it. I used it as a customer and started showing some people, and everybody that I seemed to show was like, this is really cool, I'm in. And it was more, I think, that people wanted to hang out with me than my opportunity, which is kind of the culture in my team that we create, is it's about working with your friends first.
Now, he has some great ideas. You want to spend a little time with him. Tell him what you do for luncheons now.
Which luncheons? Well, I'm good. Throw me up here.
The ones you do, the social network lunch.
Oh, I do social media lunch and learns. We talk about social media and how to edify other people.
In LA.
In LA. We do a meetup group in Los Angeles. If you guys aren't familiar with Meetup, I'm more than happy to tell you about that offline. Biggest recruiting tool outside of Lead System Pro I've ever seen. And now just hearing Brian talk this morning was fantastic, because now I'm going to incorporate that into the Meetup group. But I got to say, to be honest with you, I was not an online guy. I'm an offline guy. I'm very well known in Los Angeles at chambers and business functions and all of that kind of stuff. And I actually met Cedric Harris at this event last year, up on the 12th floor at midnight on Saturday night before I left here. Here we are a year later, and great friend of mine, on stage. And the book that he's written, that I'm sure he'll talk about tomorrow, I'm intimately involved in, and it's a fantastic book. And if you guys don't know Cedric, you deserve to know him. That's the bottom line. And I got to tell you, he talked to me about Lead System Pro. I had some people in my organization wanting to do online marketing. I had no idea what it was, so I got with Cedric. And I got to be honest with you guys, the system is awesome. I set it up, I let it go. I have probably 400 leads in there that I've never called back because I'm like, oh, they're all online people. I don't want to take them offline. So I'm totally guilty.
Give him one tip.
7 days ago, Cedric called me and said, you better start calling the leads back. 7 days ago, I started calling the leads that were coming through my Lead Pro business, actually building relationships with them. 10 of them are now going through Lead Pro. 2 of them have already signed up in my primary opportunity. And here's the deal. Recruit, recruit, recruit. End of story.
End of story. Thank you very much.